Alright guys, today we have some massive new leaks that came out today regarding the 1.2 beta update. We now have some new kit details for the 1.2 banner characters. Both Zhezhi and Xiangli Yao got some buffs and nerfs in their kits, so in this video we will be going over that. So if you guys want to keep being updated on everything about Wuthering Waves, make sure to like and subscribe and put those notifications on. But alright, let's not waste any time guys, we have quite a few changes to go through. Let's start off with the changes to Zhezhi's kit. So, she got a buff to her resonance skill, increases basic attack damage multiplier by 18% for 25 seconds, which was previously 27 seconds. Not a huge change, but a little more uptime for her damage. They buffed the passive on her signature weapon as well. Now, basic attack damage bonus while she is off field will increase by 52%, goes up to 104% if you get more copies of the weapon. And this buff will now last 27 seconds instead of previously being 25 seconds. So not a huge change again, they basically did the same thing as the last buff on the skill. Now the weapon has the same duration. Okay. They also changed her S1 and S2 buffs. The S1 will now increase the crit rate by 10% for 25 seconds, and you also get 15 resonance energy when the skill is used. So with her S1, if you use the skill, you get 10% crit rate and 15 energy. That is pretty solid. Now, they also changed the S2. The S2 now gives double resonance liberation coordinated attacks. That does sound insane if you get double, but I would say, if you ask me, the S1 is still a lot more valuable. 10% crit rate and 15 energy on the skill will make building her a lot easier, and they basically just switched the S1 and S2 pretty much. That is all we got for Zhezhi's new changes. Nothing too crazy, she got buffed, no nerfs for her, so that is pretty good. She will be looking pretty solid, but I wouldn't say it's anything crazy. Zhezhi is for sure looking like a good sub DPS so far. Alright, now let's move over to the changes for Xiangli Yao. This guy got both some nerfs and buffs, so hopefully it's nothing too impactful. Starting off with a Resonance Liberation nerf. The damage on the ultimate went from 1625% to 1342%. Now, at first glance, it does seem like a huge chunk of damage they took off, nearly 300%. Now, it says right after, for the first attack only, no Doom Post. Now, I'm not sure what they are trying to imply here. Maybe Xiangli Yao's ultimate is multiple hits, and only the first hit got nerfed, so maybe it's like Calchero, where Calchero has a huge hit. The first thing he pops his ult, then he's like in his new state, so maybe that's what it is. And no Doom Post, well, there's pretty much nothing they can do about that, so saying no Doom Post, there's actually no point. That was probably for Reddit. But alright. Moving on to the changes to the inherent skill. Gain 15% electro damage bonus, and then when using the skill, you gain an extra 5% electro damage bonus for 8 seconds of the resonant skill original range. I'm not sure what the last part means, resonant skill original range, but we'll maybe see more details about that later. But overall, more electro damage with his skill is pretty good. He now has a new S1 as well, so let's take a look at that. When using the resonant skill, Universal Law, it will cause 6 additional instances of damage, each doing 8% of the resonant skill original damage. Now this sounds pretty good. Extra damage with this new skill, scaling to 8% of your original damage, and there's 6 extra hits when you use the skill. Aside from the ult nerf, overall this guy will be looking really good. Now that is not all for the changes, so let's take a look at the rest. There's only 2 more. They buffed the S5 outro skill. It went from 170% to 222%. And the ultimate damage went from 100% to 120%. Well, those buffs, most of us will never be seeing those buffs. But for the whales, that is an absurd amount of ult damage. They did nerf the S6 though. Damage multiplier of resonant skill, Law of Rains, 100% to 76%. But I'm sure at that point, with the S5 and S2, this guy's going to be killing everything in the game. You won't even need to play at this point. But after reading these new kits, guys, these new changes, Zhezhi seems like she will be a solid DPS. The S1 and S2 swap is really nice. I would say the S1 is a lot more valuable now as well. So if you guys want to snipe a new another copy of her, that would be really good. She should be a very good addition to the game, providing a lot of value to other main DPS units. I would say if you slap her in a team with Jinzi and Verena, that seems like a top tier team right there. Probably the best team in the game in terms of damage. So I'm pretty sure she's going to be cracked on setups like that. And regarding Xiangli Yao, well, the ultimate damage down does seem a lot. But after further research, I found that the ult change is not really a big deal. I saw that comparing it to Kelchero's ult, the difference in damage is like 5% difference. So nothing too crazy, guys. Overall, this unit is looking really good. With a straightforward kit, he doesn't seem too complicated. And the S1 is also valuable now if you guys want to snipe it. The changes here today aren't game breaking or anything. These were minor nerfs and buffs. Now, of course, Xiangli Yao is not going to be Jinzi level. I'm sure we all know that. Not at all. But I'm sure he will be able to provide fresh new gameplay. His gameplay looks absolutely amazing. He doesn't have to be overpowered. They don't have to top each other with each new update. And keep in mind, we had plenty of leaks suggesting we are getting him for free, guys. So don't worry if you do not feel like pulling for him. A event in 1.2 is supposed to give him for free. Nothing confirmed yet by Wuthering Waves though. They might be saving that for the live stream. We will see. But if I see absolutely any new updates, I will keep you guys updated. So if you guys enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. And that is pretty much all for the new details on the 1.2 characters. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.